What's going on, YouTube? What is going on? What is happening, man? Of course, it's your guy, one more time, DEDRICKHICKSJR, and we are back with another fragrance video. All right, so Smell Good family. Hopefully, everyone is doing well, doing fantastic, doing super duper, positive energy and positive vibes. Hopefully, everyone is super well. All right, so we're back with the weekly fragrance rotation video. All right, the weekly rotation video going back from every fragrance from September 17th. The week of September 17th. All right, so we got some good ones here. Back to work based off, last week's theme, and still experimenting other fragrances and reintroducing myself to fragrances that I just hadn't smelled in quite some time. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into it. On Sunday, went to the Jags game. The Jags welcomed the Kansas City Chiefs. We lost, all right, but we still had a good time. My father came in town, and my sister. We went to the game. It was very, very hot, so I definitely wanted to wear something that was going to not be nothing crazy. Maybe something fresh, citrusy, fresh and clean, and that's what I went with from the house of Alexandria Fragrances. All right, we went with Alexandria Port. Alexandria Port. All right, now this is inspired by a fragrance from Tom Ford's Neroli Portofino. All right, so you get some white florals, some citruses in here, and that's pretty much it. You get what's the other opposite? There's other things in here, but florals, citruses. I get a little musk vibe to it as it starts to dry down. Just a beautiful fragrance, especially for the warmer weather, for the heat. And we were in it. We were sitting pretty kind of lower level, and the sun really did its number on everybody down there. A lot of Chiefs fans were like, "Boy, it is hot down here." I said, "Yeah. Welcome to our world," you know what I mean? But on Sunday to the Jazz game, outside in the elements, we went with from the house of Alexandria Fragrances, Alexandria's Port. Alexandria Port. Don't sleep on Alexandria, y'all. They're the best clone house, period. I don't think there's really no competition when it comes to Alexandria. No, not being biased. I know duos out there, and they're great as well, but I love Alexandria. All right, up next on Monday, I continue to sample through this house, and man, I'm enjoying it, man. So shout out Chris Classic and Savoir Faire. So I got the sample pack here, and on Monday, I was doing a lot of chilling, man. I did some recording, some editing, podcasting. So I decided to wear this fragrance throughout my day, and I really like it. From the house of Savoir Faire, we went with Ascension. Ascension. All right, so like I said, I'm going through my decant. Shout out my guy Hidden Gems for blessing me with this, and this is some really good stuff. You get a fruity opening, but then I get some. To me, it's fresh and clean. It's fresh and clean. There are some spicy facets to this as well. Very, I don't want to call it a gentleman's fragrance, but it's masculine friendly fragrance. It's not over the top. It's kind of right where you want to be before you get too serious. You know what I mean? Like another fragrance that's real serious, or two of them that's real serious that we get ready to talk about. But Savoir Faire, shout out Chris Classic for these creations. Good stuff here. I really enjoyed it, and I plan on getting me some full bottles from Savoir Faire very, very soon. On Monday, we went with Ascension. I don't know if y'all can see the Ascension on the decant. All right. On Tuesday, we returned to the office, back to the grind. And boy, was this a great wear throughout the day. My first time wearing it out in the world, and I really enjoyed it. From the house of M. Michelef, we went with the Désir Toxique. Désir Toxique. Man, this is a great fragrance for the office for me. Very interesting. I referred it to Parfums de Marley's Layton's older, more mature, got life figured out older brother. That's what I've referred this to. And the cinnamon in here, there's a cannabis note in here as well. There's some spices in here. There's a vanilla. This stuff is really, really good. It's not for everybody. It is on the mature side, if you ask me, but in the air, the sillage of this thing is really, really good. You get a different experience smelling it up close, and then versus what it's doing when it's kind of working its magic when it's coming off of your skin or your clothing. I spray both. It really depends what I have on. If I have on like darker clothes, I'll spray my clothes, which is most of the time, and then of course I spray my skin. But this is a great wear. Head over to Soul Avant-Garde, use my code DEDRICK20 to get a sample of this, or even get a bottle, save yourself some money. This stuff is really, really good. So head over to Soul Avant-Garde if you're interested in M. Michelef's Désir Toxique. And we wore this on Tuesday to the office. All right, on Wednesday, man, your boy was a part of like a water balloon fest at the job. So we do charity right now at my job, a charity event through the United Way, and I'm a supervisor in my profession, and it was a time for my associates to throw water balloons at the managers, to throw the supervisors. But it was a fun time. It was cool, and it was all for charity. And this is what I wore throughout the day. Didn't want to think about it. Was just in the mood. From the house of our moth, we went with, from the Club de Nuit line, of course, Intense Man. But we went with the Pure Parfum edition. The Pure Parfum edition. I am going to do a buying guide video, and there's a few of them out there. But I've been requested to do one, so I'm going to do it. So this is one of the ones where you get that more smoky approach to the Creed Aventus DNA, especially in the mid and to the dry down. That oak mossy vibe really kind of takes over, kind of gives it a heavier, darker presence, which I really prefer. It gives that masculinely punch to it. So I really appreciate it for sure, and that's why I went with it. Performs with me really, really well. And if you don't know, this is inspired by Creed Aventus, and this stuff is good. On Wednesday, from the house of our moth, we went with Club de Nuit's Intense Man Pure Parfum. Pure Parfum. All right. On Thursday, man, we kept the vibes going. This is not for the weak at heart. I've stated this in my review of this fragrance. I've stated this when I've talked about this fragrance. This is a big boy fragrance. Big boy fragrance from the house of Terre d'Hermès. We went with Oud Intense Vetiver. Oud Intense Vetiver. This is real deal serious. It's on the atomizer. Of course, you get the prominent note throughout this line is vetiver, but the bitter, I think this one has grapefruit and bergamot in this one instead of the bitter orange, which definitely gives it a more reindeer type of citrus, mixing in with that vetiver. Very strong, heavy type of fragrance for sure, and it's masculine to the T. Some people say, you can smell like an old man, or you could smell like a grandpa. I don't get that, but I understand the mature references with this fragrance. I would say get your nose on this. Do not blind by this, or anything that I talk about for that matter. If you can get your nose on it, get your nose on this, please, okay? This is real, but I really appreciate it. On Thursday to the office from the house of, I got a compliment as well. No, it wasn't a compliment. I was coming around the corner, and a gentleman who works with me, he said, oh, I smelled that strong fragrance. I smelled that manly fragrance, and I knew it was you. So I don't know how to take that one, but okay. From the house of Terre d'Hermès on Thursday, we went with Oud Intense Vetiver. Oud Intense Vetiver. All right, on Friday, big chill day. I was off for work for the next couple of days. I really didn't do too much of nothing. Just kind of ran some errands, went and got my beard trimmed up because, we don't have any hair anymore. So I'm about to say we still go to the barber shop. I do get the lineup for sure. But just kind of really chilled out, man. Really didn't do too much of nothing. And came back and kicked it with the family. And we went with this beauty. And I love it. From the house of Klein. This probably is my go-to cheapie, the #1 cheapie. And will enter the top 10 cheapies of all time the next time we do it, CK All. CK All. White florals, citrus, and musk. That's what you get. That's what you get. I just love how it smells. So clean, so fresh. The atomizer on it's really, really good. Sorry about that. My phone, I activated Siri, but fresh and clean all day Friday. Just really enjoying it. I reapplied it. I got up very early Friday morning. Reapplied it probably late afternoon because I was still going what I had going on. But this stuff right here, I love it. From the house of Calvin Klein on Friday, CK All. Shout out to Ross, man. Shout out to Ross for really putting this out there for me to see. I know he got it from someone else, put him on, and he put me on. So shout out Ross for sure. And then on Saturday, to close out the week, Saturday was a real good chill day, man. Had a lot of fun, me and my wife. We went out and had a great time and just kind of moved around, got some lunch, went to smell some fragrances, did a little bit of just coasting, just vibing. Beautiful weather here in Jacksonville, Florida. And this is top 5 from the brand, from the house of Mancera. All right, with Oud Intense. Top 5 from the house, no doubt. This stuff is just sexy. The note breakdown is so beautiful here. Of course, you get a very sparkly lemon citrus to this thing. There's other notes of oud and leather. There's spices in here as well. There's a musk in here, and it's just so blended so beautifully. But that sparkly lemon opening is what gets me every time. Monster of a performer. The very next morning, after I woke up for the next day, this was still coming off of my chest before I showered in the morning, and it's just strong and powerful. It is, but it's not overwhelming. It can be if you overspray it, but not too overwhelming, not overbearing. It was just right. My wife loves how this stuff smells on me. She is a fan, and it's just one of my favorites. On Saturday to close out the week, just kind of chilling and really just vibing, man. From the house of Mancera, we went to Oud Lemon Mint. Oud Lemon Mint. Big fan of the house of Mancera. All right, Smell Good family. So that wraps up this week's version of the weekly rotation video. Of course, as always, let me know down below in the comments, what did you guys wear? What did you guys experience? What was your highs? What was your lows? Did you wear something new? Or are you over a fragrance? Whatever you guys had going on, meet me down in the comments, man. Let's chop it up. I really enjoy it. Obviously, y'all know I've said it multiple times. This is my favorite video to do every single week, because that's when I get the most camaraderie and conversation about just simply what you wore. All right, so until next time, Smell Good family, y'all be cool, be safe, take care of yourselves, and y'all know what's up. Splack it up, splack it down, splack it that thing all around. And remember, what you put out into this world is exactly what you are going to get back. I live by that. Someone asked me, what do you mean by that? Well, I answered them, but if anybody else is wondering, whatever you put out into the world, whatever energy, how you're moving, how you treat people, how you go about your business, whatever that is, don't be surprised if it makes its way right back to you, because I think it's scientifically proven that it will. But hey, I ain't trying to be nobody's daddy, uncle, older brother, cousin, OG, none of that. I'm just going off my experience. Y'all be cool. Take care. Splacker.